60 Minutes overtime.
Our story this week centers on the city of Odesa, Ukraine, which is a city of about 1 million people on the southern coast on the Black Sea. What you see happening behind us is the demolition of an apartment building, a 17-story apartment building that was hit by a Russian missile. They're trying to clear out the debris of the 4 floors that were blown out by the missile. The missile went straight through the building. 8 people were killed. 1 3-month-old child was killed in the attack. We don't know why the Russians would attack a civilian apartment building in a city like Odesa, but the evidence certainly is plain. Odesa has not been hit as hard as some of the cities out in the east. Mariupol, for example, which is a city of about 400,000 people, has just been absolutely leveled. But Odesa has been hit almost daily. This happened just a few days before we arrived, and then on our first day of shooting here, there was a bombing of a bridge, and then today, as I speak to you now, there was a second bombing of the same bridge just an hour or 2 ago. One of the remarkable things that we keep running into is the difference between what people in Russia understand about this war and what everyone else in the world understands about this war. The Russians have a complete news blackout. It's literally against the law to report on the war in Ukraine inside Russia. And we received a stark reminder of that as we were talking to a family at one of the World Food Program food distribution sites. A woman named Hannah told us that her parents live in Russia, and she's been talking to them on the phone, trying to explain to them what was happening in Ukraine, and her parents wouldn't have it. They told her that she was absolutely wrong, that the Russians were trying to liberate the people of Ukraine, and the things that she was describing just couldn't have happened. They were talking to their own daughter. Here at the site of the apartment bombing, we ran into Odesa's mayor, Gennady Trukhanov.
Мы все поражены теми зверствами, которые сегодня творят оккупанты. Я до сих пор не могу себе представить, с кем мы столкнулись. Зная все-таки Советский Союз, который существовал, я родился в Советском Союзе, я себе не мог представить, чтобы советские люди такое делали. Но сегодня я вижу, что делают русские солдаты. Русские солдаты сегодня насилуют наших женщин. Русские солдаты сегодня убивают детей. Русские солдаты сегодня убивают гражданских беззащитных людей. Поэтому мы все сегодня понимаем, что другого шанса у нас нет, как противостоять агрессии, победить и выгнать их с нашей земли.
In all the wars that I've covered in a long career now, in Central America, Afghanistan, Iraq, South Sudan, I have never seen this kind of wholesale destruction of civilian neighborhoods. Ukraine is a very prosperous, modern 21st century country. High-rise office buildings and apartment buildings like the one you see behind me. And particularly in the east and in the northern suburbs of Kyiv, the Russians have just shelled and bombed neighborhoods block after block after block, killing civilians, putting their bodies into mass graves. It is the most shocking thing that I have ever seen in a war setting in my entire career. It is industrial madness, in my view. So the people of Ukraine are continuing to fight on, an amazing feat of arms, pushing the Russians out of the area of the capital city, and still continuing to fight to the last man in the east. It is a remarkable story of courage and perseverance.